Hi guys, welcome back. I forgot to do an intro for this video, so I just wanted to come on here and say hello, and let's get started on this blue eyeshadow tutorial. I hope you guys like it. I really like the way that it turned out, and I think it looks super cool. So all I did was just blend out the concealer because I'm not setting it with the powder. I'm gonna go straight into the blue shade right here, and I'm just taking this not packing, but it's like a shadow brush. This one is the 217S by MAC, and it is one of my favorite brushes to pack on eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna apply it right in the crease and below the crease, leaving the center, just a little bit of the center without any product. Now at first I thought that the color, for some reason I didn't remember like my swatches that I did eye swatches. I didn't remember that the color looks bluish, and it looks even more blue. Look at how blue it looks once you put it on top of blue eyeshadow, which is crazy. It does look blue when you swatch it, but I didn't think it was gonna look this blue. I honestly thought it was gonna be white, but I'm not mad at it. It looks really nice. So now I'm gonna take my Morphe M514, and I'm going to apply the color Potion, which is this one right here. And I'm gonna blend out the edges. I'm kind of gonna blend out the edges. What I'm doing is just adding a green shadow on top of the blue, because I need to go into the blue again in order to really blend out that line, because it is a really intense dark color, so it's really hard to blend out with a light green. I'm gonna go all the way into the inner corner. I'm not really going out, I'm just staying like a little round. Alright, so now I'm gonna go back into the blue, and I'm gonna use that same brush that I was using and go over the blue and also start blending out the line. Because like I said, it's really hard to blend out that line with a light green, so you will need a little bit of the blue to mix in there. And I'm using a lot of these Colourpop ones to test them out, and yeah, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. If the video is already up, it will be in the little I button, and you can see different demos on the Colourpop jelly shadows in case you're interested in those. Back and forth on the edge, and then one more time with the blue. I'm gonna use my JH41 brush, and I'm gonna use the Jelly Shadow in Ventura. Unless it's in Spanish, which in that case it would be Ventura, but I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it right here on the center. Look at how blue that looks. That looks really cool. Now, is this a very wearable eyeshadow? Probably not, but for sure it looks cool. It's a little hard. You see how it kind of separates? It's a little hard to, what was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's a little hard to spread out the shadows. Some of them more than others. I feel like this one's been the hardest, but not too much to where like you can't at all. It just takes a little bit more time. And I'm gonna go all the way into the inner corner. Not all the way to the inner corner, but just kind of close to it. I'm basically applying this all over the eyelid. And then any little dots, you see how it just kind of gets a little chunky? I'm just gonna go over them to try to blend them out as best as possible, or not blend them out, but like spread it out as best as possible. You're supposed to wait a little while for it to dry, and I waited on this eye and it's still transferred. It might be because I have hooded eyes, but yeah. So now I'm gonna take a small little brush, this one right here, and this is just an e.l.f. brush. This is a lip defining brush, but I'm gonna use it with the blue eyeshadow, and I'm gonna go over this right here. I'm gonna go over the jelly eyeshadow, and I'm also gonna apply it on the outer corner. Did I apply it on the inner corner? Yeah, I did. So I'm gonna apply it on the outer corner and on the inner corner. Just a little bit, just so it can look a little bit more, you know, like more together, not just like eyeshadow and then like this cream shade on top of it. I just want it to look like it's blending a little bit. And I'm going to take the brush again and just go over the blue one more time. I didn't add any more product, but I'm just trying to blend the two shades together. Now I'm going to take the blue one again, and I'm going to apply this one on the lower lash line. See how much fallout I get? I mean, the shade is pretty. It's really nice blue. It's like a really different type of blue, but it does give me a lot of fallout, which is why I need to do my concealing and foundation afterwards. And then I'm going to take my brush, the one that I was using with the green shade, and just blend out the edges down here. I am getting like super messy down here, but I'm going to clean that up later. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of green on the brush and just go back and forth. Maybe I should have cleaned that up before, but too late now. I'll clean it after. Ah, that's really, really messy. I'm gonna have to clean that up now because it looks way too bad. Using the same little brush that I used the blue, I'm gonna take a little bit of the green and just go below the blue. And now taking the blending brush, I'm just gonna go back and forth. And one more time with the blue to make sure that it's really intense. So now for eyeliner, I am gonna use this one. This one's the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in blue. Well, it's the blue one with a little bit of glitter. This one is called Goddess. And it's one of the blue eyeliners from the Urban Decay Holiday Kit. If you want to see that video is already up. It's a review on this. I feel like I'm missing a little bit of color right here, so I'm just going to apply a little bit more. Now just using a little bitty brush, I'm going to apply this on the inner corner. This is, again, the Jelly Pop shadow, and this really makes it look really cool. I really like the way that it looks. I mean, if you want something really different, I think just getting this eyeshadow alone is pretty cool to have. So that is it for that. Now I'm going to apply my falsies, and I am using the Icon falsies. These are in Trust Issues, and they're just fluffy, little fluffy, but they're kind of separated, so they're not like really really thick looking. They kind of are. They're kind of thick and fluffy, but not like straight across. You see how it has some little separation? Yeah, that looks really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply these. Now I'm just gonna add some mascara. This is the CoverGirl Peacock Flare Mascara, and I'm gonna use that on the lower lashes and on the top. Okay, so for my face, I'm gonna first moisturize, and I'm gonna use the serum, the Becca serum, but I cannot get any more out. I just grabbed whatever I could. I just have to take it out like this, because I am out of this, completely out of this. Alright, for primer, I'm going to use the Hangover RX, the Too Faced Hangover RX. And then for foundation, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Transfer Matte Foundation. Looks just like this, a little liquidy. It is a full coverage matte foundation, and I'm just going to apply it with my beauty sponge. And I'm just going to take a little bit more foundation because I do need a little bit more. It does get soaked in. Since it's like so liquidy, it's not very thick, it does get soaked in into the sponge. And this is a really, really nice sponge. This is by Real Techniques. It's one of their new Brush Crush collection. And it's just a little ball. Alright, so there we go with the foundation. Now for concealer, I'm going to use the Cover FX concealer. This is the Power Play concealer, one of the, well, not one of the newest ones, the newest concealer that they have. And this one has a really cool applicator. It's just a little round thing, and honestly it makes me like do little dots whenever I'm using it. I guess because it's round, I don't know. But it gives me really, really good coverage. And right now I'm not applying a color correcting concealer. I'm actually doing a demo for that video. And so yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my beauty blender for this, because I don't want to get on my eyeshadow, and I really need to get really close to my inner corner, and I feel like this little point will help a lot with that, so that way I just don't get messy. And this one's a really full coverage concealer. I like how it feels. I like that it's full coverage. It is completely full coverage, but it is not thick. It's not thick to where you feel really heavy on your under eye area. So this one's the one that I've been using the entire week. I've been trying it out a few times. I have demos because I'm gonna film a review on it, so I've been using it and trying it with different powders and different ways of setting it, like baking and also just with the brush and stuff. And to set my concealer and my foundation, I'm gonna use the CoverGirl loose powder. I don't know, I hadn't used this one in a while because I had been using my Hourglass, the Laura Mercier, what other ones, the Milk Makeup, and I used this the other day for a video. Which one was it? I used it for the glowy makeup look, and I just remembered like how much I really, really like it. I can trust this one. It does not look white. It just looks really good. It sets everything really good. Okay, and I'm going to set the rest of my face with it too, just using a bigger brush. How is my eyeshadow looking? I feel like it looks so cool in the viewfinder. Like, it is something very different. Out of all the ones I've tried, I feel like this one is the coolest. Like, it is such a cool shade. Just the effect that it gives. I don't have an eyeshadow like that. An eyeliner, nothing that looks like this eyeshadow does. Like, it is something different. I really like this one. To contour my face, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow palette, and this one is a contouring palette. And then before I move on, I'm just going to remove the baking powder that I have underneath and whatever extra stuff I have on my nose, because I did put a lot of powder there too. Okay, and then for bronzer, I'm going to use my MAC one. This one is the Delphic bronzer, and it is such a pretty shimmery bronzer. This one came out in the fall. Have you guys seen the highlighters that are gonna come out for the holidays? They look really nice. They have like a bow on top. They look really nice. This one's a nice shimmery bronzy bronzer. It's not too yellow. Looks really nice on me. It's one of my favorites. It looks really pretty. I really like it, and I know I've still seen it on the Ulta website. Are brands like not selling out of their collections? I remember people going crazy over MAC collections and it like not being available within like that week or 2 weeks. Like, you couldn't get it anymore, or even that day, like even that day that it would launch, like you couldn't get it after that. So I don't know, but that is still available, which is kind of weird. Because I know it's like in limited edition packaging and all that. So for blush, I need to use something like a little bit more neutral. I don't want it to be too pink. So I'm gonna go with this one right here in the corner. That one is called, what is that? Slumber Party. It looked like it said Dumpster Party. Okay, so I'm just gonna apply it a little bit using the JH04. It's really nice. It's not like too pink, but it's not brown. Gives me some color. Looks really nice. I like it. And then for highlights, I've been using the Dose of Colors I Love Sarai highlight a lot. I am going to use this one today, which is right here in this palette. This is a little bit more subtle, but still gives me a glow. It's just not as intense, or like as intense and wet looking as the Dose of Color one. I was going to apply it there, but I always get it too messy. So I'm just going to get a smaller brush, and I'm going to apply it on my Cupid's bow. And on the... Actually, I'm gonna apply it on the bridge of my nose and on the tip of my nose. I just started doing that, and I really like the way that it looked, and now I just feel like I have to do it all the time. I don't know, what do you think? Do you highlight the tip of your nose? And then for, oh, I know which one I'm gonna use. Give me a second. I got some of the Colourpop back to school stuff. I got the Super Shock shadows, the set of 6, and then I got this set, and I'm gonna have a video on this too. I'm gonna just have tons of videos coming out. And I'm gonna use this shade right here, and this one's a really pretty nude one. I've used it in a previous video. I don't remember which one it was, but this one is called Growing Pains, and it is a true nude, but it's not too pink or too brown for me, but it also doesn't make me look completely like dead, so I do like it. It's not like that Natasha Denona, hold on, let me put this on. It's not like that Natasha Denona lipstick that's peachy, the ones that I showed you in a previous review. It's not like that. This one is a little bit more pink, so whenever it's too peach, I feel like with my skin tone it just doesn't go very good, like it just doesn't look good. But yeah, so let me fix my hair and then I'll come back. Alrighty guys, so that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys liked the way that it turned out. I'm really happy with how blue it looks. I really wasn't expecting that whenever I started this tutorial. I just knew I wanted to use blue, and I wanted to use the Urban Decay blue eyeliner because I need it for a demo. And I also wanted to use white, which I thought it was gonna look more white, but it looks blue and it just looks really nice. I'm really impressed with that shade. I don't have anything that I can think of that I'm like, I think I have something similar in my collection. Like, there's nothing that I can think of that I have. So yeah, I think that shade is really unique. So hopefully you guys like the tutorial on the Dark Magic plus the Jelly Mud Shadow by Colourpop. If you think you missed a product, or if I forgot to say a certain product, I will have everything listed in the description box below. Usually I put it in like the order that I apply it on my face. And that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.